So this is a process that we create for people who are trying to make money out of their expertise. Okay, it's quite a simple process, but you need to have all of these things. We do a version of this as well, where you show, generally, because it's a good way to teach it, you show less than 10 things, 10 broad-based subjects that you have to have in your business to get that to work. So what we talk about with experts is that they need to start off with a really, really fundamental market that they can sell their expertise to. That they have, and ideally a market that has money and is prepared to spend money on their expertise. A classic example of that, actually, from a marketing perspective is golfers and tennis players are of the same socioeconomic groups, but golfers spend vastly, vastly more than tennis players. So if you're trying to sell your expertise, sell it to golfers, not tennis players. Well, unless your expertise is in tennis, in which case you're going to struggle. So you start off with this market, that's step number one, and you get really crystal clear. What I tell them to do is, they've got to stop worrying about their own stuff at 3 in the morning. You lie in bed worrying about what your customer, what that market is worrying about at 3 in the morning. And then they've got to move on to make sure that they fit within that market. In so many cases, what you have to be somebody that that market can buy into. So one of the things, if you take my golf stuff, is writing 2 books and being in TV and the movie bit, that gives me a status that golfers can buy into. So you need to work very hard at being the kind of person that people can buy into. Now I sell also through the coffee shop market, so I have to be a slightly different kind of a persona for that, and then I also do this kind of stuff too. So you change yourself a little bit from market to market so that they buy into you, because if they don't buy into you, we're back to this leadership thing again, if they can't buy into you, you won't go anywhere. Third thing is you have to from an expert perspective, they have to buy into your story. You need to have a story that they can buy into so that they can then identify and think, oh yeah, that's like me. Fourth thing is that they need to create engagement devices. Now, engagement devices are basically initial pieces of marketing that you can do to expose you to an audience. And fifth thing is they then need to convert those people then through into a meticulously crafted offer. Every market needs a slightly different, meticulously crafted offer. And finally, you need to end up with this epic product that you're trying to sell to them. So that's how we start to talk. I do these presentations then through to experts who are trying to make money. That's where we start. And then what we do is you do this. You take one specific part of that process. So forget about the fact that that's experts. Think about any process that you can apply to your own business. And I say we've got one of these for coffee shops too. So you then start to go really, really deep. So you take the engagement process and you keep drilling down. And those are 50 different ways to engage customers for experts. One of them, at the very top there, is writing books. That's one of the ways that I use to engage people. Another one there is speaking. So then what you start to do, by the time you've drilled, that only took about 2 or 3 hours to do, just in a brainstorming session, just with a big whiteboard. But if you look at every part of your business, your sporting achievement or what you're trying to do, you keep drilling down until you find a process that you can work with, and then you go deeper and deeper again so that you start to come up with, for example, I do 2-day seminars on how to write books. So you can go further and further and further, and as I say, clearly this is work, but it doesn't take as long as you think. And from a business perspective, it can be utterly transformational if you bring everybody along and involved with this.